Spray session of the day at Norman Deep Little End in classic brown crawl. Ready, guns, time to blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Tyler with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Classic brown crawl. 3 colors, and that's it. It's just all in how you do all the shading. Let's go to the spray booth. Let me show you how to paint that dude. Okay, I have a white base coat on this DLN, Deep Little End. It's just with spray paint. I did these months ago. Just had them stored for later painting. The colors I'm using is 3. I got transparent sand, got fluorescent orange, and burnt orange. You're probably thinking, burnt orange again? I love this color because the more you layer it, the browner it gets. So I'm going to start off with a coat of transparent sand. Now I'm going to put that in dehydrator, let that harden for a little bit. On about, I'd say probably about 105 degrees. Next up we have the fluorescent orange. Now you notice I did not leave the belly white because I want this to tone down a little bit. That is perfect. Very vintage. Okay, so now I've got the burnt orange. I've got my stencil, which I'm going to very carefully put on here because I've had this in the dehydrator for about 10 minutes. I'll let them cool down just a little bit. Because if you put too much pressure on the stencil, you can scratch your paint. You don't want to do that. So we're going to take the burnt orange. I'm going to heat set this while holding the stencil. Okay, now we'll do a second coat. We'll heat set that. And for a third. And we'll heat set that. Okay, let's see how it turned out. Man, is that not old school? And that's the perfect shade of brown. You're probably thinking, why don't you just use brown? No, I want to layer that burnt orange and get just the brown I wanted, and I was judging it by the clear on this. So once I got the shade, so now I know it'll take 3 coats to do the very back of this. Let's get the rest of them caught up. Okay, here's the second stencil. This is for the other side. Alright, after 3 coats, that's what we got. I'll run a stripe right down the middle. I want to show you something. This is why I like burnt orange. Alright, that's 3 coats. This is 9 coats. Where I did it 3 baits. See the difference in shading? That's why I like burnt orange. You can build it any shade you want to build it to. Now for the back. Now for the back, I'm going to take the same burnt orange, go around where the eyes go. I'm going to put a stripe. Right down the center. I'm not trying to go down the shoulders or any of that. Just right down the center. And we're going to build this up too. So now it's time for the stencil. For the eyes, I'm going to start with a white base coat. But I've got fluorescent yellow and wicked yellow mixed together to give me a little bit brighter yellow in the eyes. Not quite fluorescent yellow, but not quite straight yellow either. So we'll start with the stencil. And that's all I'm going to do with the white. Just one little shot, just to give me a good base. There's the whites for the eyes. Now you see why I went around with the brown a little bit. Okay, I got the fluorescent yellow loaded up. Now we're going to hit the white. Let's heat set that. One more. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. How cool is that? Okay, like I showed you last time, I have different bamboo skewers that I have shaped. This one's got about an 1/8 inch, and that to me is perfect for doing the eyes. Now I do them slightly forward. That kind of gives me the balsa look, but it's also what Bill Norman did at the beginning. It's not quite centered, or slightly forward of the yellow eye. And that to me is a classic, just vintage type of crawfish pattern. Let's put the decals on here. Okay, so everything's said and done. It's ready for a clear coat. Got my sticker on there, or my decal. Got the eyes finished. Man, this is so vintage, and I have caught so many bass off a simple pattern just like this. Not the fancy shells and all the kind of stuff that you do with crawfish. Just a simple Coachdog crawfish. It's hard to beat under most conditions. So let's put a clear coat on this. Let's go back in the studio and I'll show you how this thing looks. There you have it. Classic Coachdog Craw. Just a simple crawl, basic crawl. Guys, I have caught bass off patterns like this since I was a little kid. I mean, you don't have to have all the fancy shells and all that stuff. It's fun to have them, but something simple like that, you can't beat it. It's just a simple pattern. I like how the orange turned out. By not leaving a white belly exposed, you get more of a subtle orange. And I just love the way the burnt orange does the brown shading. It's just beautiful. I wish they would come out with these kits again, because these are nice to have. So until next time, remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.